everyone, we are going to be doing some recount writing today. And we're going to be doing it using some footage from action cams. You know, the ones where you can put it on your forehead or attach it to your chest and you can see whatever you're doing. And it looks like that we are actually doing that thing. So we're going to be looking at those videos today and doing some recount writing. But first of all, let's have a reminder, because I know you've all done recount writing, but let's have a reminder on what it actually is. What is a recount? A recount is the retelling or recounting of an event or an experience. This is normally told from the perspective of the writer. The purpose is to tell about something that has happened in the order that it has happened. So here is an example of a recount piece of writing. This was written by a year 5 or 6 student. Have a look. I can read it out and you can also pause it to read it through as well. After weeks of anticipation, it finally arrived. Ancient Egyptian Day. As it turned out, Friday the 12th of October 2018 proved to be quite a memorable one for me. Have you ever looked forward to something so much that you couldn't sleep? You must have. Just think of Christmas Eve. Well, that's how I was feeling for weeks before we had our ancient Egyptian trip back in time day at school. Dad and I spent ages looking for costume ideas on the good old internet. Who'd have thought there'd be so many ways of turning an old sheet, a bit of manky rope and an empty cereal packet into clothing fit for a pharaoh? Arriving at school, I was met by an incredible sight. Our small school playground had been overrun by ancient Egyptians. Thank goodness I put in all that effort, son, my dad whispered to me. Some of these costumes are unbelievable. Right, so that was an example of a recount piece of writing. So that person was retelling about the day they had an Egyptian day at school. So retelling the events in the order that they did it. What I'm going to put up on the screen are the things that we need to include or need to remember when we are doing recount writing. Here they are. Things to include in a recount. Describe the events in the correct order, so that's from the beginning to the end. Include who, what, when, where, why, and how. Make sure to include details. Talk about how I'm feeling or how you're feeling as the writer. And include the senses, what you can see, hear, smell, feel, and taste. Right, we're about to look at a kayak video. This is from an action cam camera. So that means that it's been placed either on their chest or their forehead, and it looks like in the video, we are the ones who are doing the kayaking. After we've looked at that video, we're going to be looking at a plan of our recount of what happened while we were kayaking. Have a look at the video and I'll see you soon. Okay, here is the recount planning sheet. This is what you can write down into your books to write down all the ideas that you have in your head. Here's an example that I wrote about the kayaking trip. Let me read it out for you guys. So I've put in the column of what happened. I've made sure to put it in the correct order. My kayak bounces up and down on the waves. A big splash goes over the side of the kayak. I can see friendly fish on either side. Distant boats glinting on the horizon. Water splashes in my face, making sunblock run into my eyes. Then in the middle part, I've got the who, what, when, where, why, how. That helps me make sure I include these extra details. So I've got who, which is me. What, kayaking out on the open sea. When, on a hot summer's day. Where, coast of Australia. Why, for some exercise. How, I was feeling free and exhilarated. Alright, and then the last column, I've got the different senses. What I can see, hear, smell, taste. So what I can see are splashing waves. I can hear seagulls, waves, and my paddle bashing against the kayak. I can smell salt water and sunblock. I can taste seawater that splashed into my mouth, and I can feel the metal paddle and a numb bottom from an uncomfortable kayak seat. That is my plan, and using that plan, I'm going to reword it, making sure I include all these details and turn it into my recount. Right, I'm not going to read this example out to you. I want you guys to pause the video here and then you can read my recount and make sure that I've included all the things that were on my planning sheet. This is going to be the example that you guys use to help you when you're writing your own recounts. On this slide here, I'm showing you the 3 different things of the videos that are going to play after this. You could be looking at a video of someone on a BMX bike, you could be looking at the kayaking video, or you could be looking at someone on a ski lift. So it's as if you've just gone skiing and you sit in the ski lift and you're going back up to the slopes. Those are the videos that you can watch, and you can write your recount piece of writing about those videos. If you finished those ones, or you'd like some other video inspiration, I've put some links to some videos down below of some really interesting things that other people have done, and it can be like you're sitting there and you are doing that as well. So have a look at those links as well, and make sure to use my example when you're writing your own recount piece of writing. Now, make sure to look at all the other videos I've got as well. There are lots of other English videos that can help you when you're writing your recounts, or it's just a fun activity for you to do. So make sure you check out those on the Touring Teacher YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys very soon.